The Second World War put a stop to many careers. Lives put on hold due to the violence erupting around the world. Many artists, labourers, scientists, accountants, people from all backgrounds took up their country's call and found work in the war effort. For Henri Temianka, this summary applied. His life was put on hold while he found work as a senior editor in the US Office of War Information. While here, Henri translated and edited sensitive war documents. However, when his parents, still in continental Europe, were captured and imprisoned by the Nazis in 1941, he needed all the skills he had to set them free. But it wasn't just his fluency in 4 languages or his position in the War Office that ultimately gave triumph. It was his mastery of the violin. Okay, everyone. Henri Temianka was born here in Greenock, Inverclyde, to Jewish Polish immigrants. And while his life and career took him around the world and eventually to a life settled in California, he started here. This was his home. At the small age of 8, he moved abroad to Rotterdam to learn the violin. This started Henri on a path of music that would dominate his life and leave a legacy still impactful today. He moved from Rotterdam to Berlin, Berlin to Paris, before enrolling at the age of 20 in Philadelphia in 1927. His teachers told of his first-class technical talent, but with his own personality still to awake. They said life would be his best teacher. And what a life he had coming. He rose sharply in his violin career, quickly rising to become the foremost concert violin player in Europe, working under the period's best composers and conductors. For the music fans among us, during the 30s especially, Henri worked with some notable names. He premiered a suite written by a yet unknown Benjamin Britten, as well as performing music by Prokofiev with the master himself at the piano. But Henri's career, as did most, paused for the war. Sitting at his office desk, Henri worked with many others to further the success of the Allies through information control and expertise. His life among European circles gave Henri skill in English, French, German and Dutch. While at this position, Henri heard of his parents' fate. Still in Europe and of Jewish-Polish descent, Henri's parents were captured and taken to a concentration camp in France in 1941. Henri needed to act. He pulled upon all of his bureaucratic connections, as well as his musical ones, to work his social circles. Eventually receiving aid, he was able to get his parents released from the camp. Unfortunately, the parents were released to Spain. Henri barely got to relax, as immediately upon arrival in Spain, his parents were captured by Franco's forces, and once again thrown into jail. Without any more war contacts to pull, Henri turned to his past as a violin master. Ignacio de Cortázar y Manso de Velasco was a powerful Spanish aristocrat in the 19th Count of Ciparunda. More importantly to our story, he was also the president of the Bilbao Philharmonic Society. Before the war in 1935, Henri performed in Madrid, and in the audience of this concert was our Spanish Count. With Henri's contacts running thin and time becoming pressed, he reached out to the Count, hoping his love of music and its artists would compel him to help. And help he did. Upon hearing of the violin master's tragic situation, Ignacio took this matter personally. He visited the jail himself and released Henri's parents. He escorted them back to his Spanish mansion home and arranged for their safe departure from Spain to the United States through Cuba. There, safe at last in their new country with their son, they became US citizens. At war's end, Henri was quick to get back to his art, and in 1945 performed at Carnegie Hall. Over the next 45 years, he performed continuously with over 500 concerts in the Los Angeles metropolitan area alone. He created several world-class music groups and holds various honours and awards for his contributions to music and his society. All in all, not bad for a man from Greenock. Oh, bravo!